Hello friends, good morning, and today we will discuss about Java variables and Java types. In the previous class we learnt about how to pass the arguments at the command line. So as we already know, our program is consisting of a set of executable statements, and these statements contains a number of tokens. So in these tokens it may be a variable, or it may be a constant, or it may be any other executable statements. So in those statements contains the variables, and those variables having a specific types or a data types. So let us discuss about Java variables and the Java constants and the data types of a Java programming language. So let us start with the Java constants. Okay. So what do you mean by constant? So it is also similar to a C programming constant. So what do you mean by constants? We already used in a C programming language. So constants means the quantity which is having a fixed value. So that value do not change during the execution of the program, that is called as a constant. So constant means the quantity of the quantity which does not change during the execution of the program, it is called as a constant. See this we are classifying the Java constant basically into two types. See this diagram. So in this diagram, in basically we classified the Java constant into two types. First one is a numeric constant and second one is a non-numeric constant. We already learned this. And again numeric constants is again divided into two types. First one is the integer constant and next one is a real constant. And non-numeric constant is again divided into two types. First one is a character constant and string constants. So there may be questions for your examination like define constant and explain the types of constant for 5 marks. Okay, this one is again an important concept. And let us see one by one types of a Java constant. Okay, so see the definition of a Java constants. The value which is fixed and does not change during the execution of the program is called as a Java constant. In simple, we can say that constant or a fixed value that cannot be changed, that is called as a Java constant. Okay, and see there are four types of constants are there in Java programming language. Those are integer constant, real constant, character constant, and string constant. Basically, but at the beginning we divide the Java constant into two types. Those are a numeric constant and character constant. In the numeric constant, there are two types. First one is a integer constant and second one is a real constant, and third and fourth are considered as a non-numeric character constant. So let us discuss one by one these types of a Java constant. So first one is a integer constant. What do you mean by integer constant, or what do you mean by integers? So integer means it refers to the sequence of a digits. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ integer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So integer constant means the integer constant means the sequence of a digit is called as a integer constant. In integer constants there must not be a decimal point. Integer constant ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, decimal points ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. And again there are types of integer constants are there. There are three types of integer constants are there. Those are decimal constant, octal integer constant, and third one is a hexadecimal integer constants. We learned about these constants in a digital electronics or a digital electronics subject, or a type in while we are learning about a number system. And in the number system there are four types of number systems are there. First one is a decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system, and hexadecimal number system. Okay, and in the same way we are using the value like a integer constant. So integer constant means an integer constant refers to a sequence of a digit is called as a integer constant, and mainly there are three types of integer constants are there. First one is a decimal integer constant, octal integer constant, and hexadecimal integer constant. Okay, so see this is a definition for the integer constant, and see these are the examples for integer constant. See sequence of digits ranging from 0 to 1. Okay, and in this sequence of digits may be preceded by a positive or negative sign. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರಬಹುದು positive sign ಅಥವಾ negative sign ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು include ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. This is also considered as a integer constants, but it must not contain a fractional part, or it must not contain a decimal point, that is called as a integer const. integer constant. And see, there are three types of integer constant. First one is a decimal integer constant. So in the decimal integer constant, it contains the sequence of digits from 0 to 9, and it may be a positive or a negative sign. These are called as a integer constant. And non-digit characters, embedded space and commas are not allowed in between the digits. See, in between in a decimal integer constant, we must not use a embedded space. So that means there must not be a space between the two digits, and the digits must not be separated by comma, and there must not be any special characters included in a sequence of a digits. ಯಾವುದೇ sequence ಯಾವುದೇ special characters ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಯಾವುದೇ special digits ನ special characters ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಮಾನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರದು, and there must not be a space between the sequence of a digits. That is the important note about a decimal integer. Okay, and see the next one, that is octal integer. So you learnt about the octal number system in a digital electronics. So what is the base of octal number system and what are the characteristics of octal number? The base of octal number is 8, and this octal number consisting of digits from 0 to 7. It must contain a digits from 0 to 7, and the next digit 8 and 9 are not allowed in a octal integers. And in octal integer constant, it must contain only digits from 0 to 7. It must not contain 8 and 9 digits. Okay, so see here. So this is the definition of octal integer constant. And see here, in Java programming language, always the octal integer must starts with a 0. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಆ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ 0 ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. That means this is a octal number system, and after starting with the leading 0, the next digits must be within the range of 0 to 7. It must not contain the digits 8 and 9. That is called as a octal integer. See, let us see the example for octal integer. These are the examples for octal integer. See, all these examples starts with a leading 0. That means this is a octal. And one more thing you have to notice here, every digits ranging from within the range 0 to 7. And these are called as a octal number system. What if this number contains a digit 9? In that case, it is not a octal number. This is considered as a decimal number. Okay. So these are the examples for octal number system. And next one is a hexadecimal number system. So hexadecimal number system means what? So hexadecimal number system, what are the characteristics of hexadecimal number system? So the base of a hexadecimal number system is 16, and it is having the digits from 0 to 9. After that, 10 to 15 numbers are represented as A to F. 10 is represented as A, 11 is represented as B, 12 is represented as C, so on up to 15 is represented as F. So let us see the octal hexadecimal integer constant in a Java programming language. So as I told, this hexadecimal integer constant is consisting of digits from 0 to 9, and alphabets A to F. It may be a capital letter or it may be a lowercase letter. You can use the both cases. And these cases are preceded or leaded by the 0x. So always ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ hexadecimal integer constant must be preceded with the 0 and x. Here again x may be a capital or a smaller case. And to represent the numbers from 10 to 15, we are using A to F letters respectively. Okay. So let us see the example for hexadecimal integer constant. See here. These are the example for hexadecimal integer constant. 23. So this must be preceded with, if you want to make it as a hexadecimal integer constant, it must always begin with the 0x. That means this is a form of a hexadecimal integer constant. And see, B represents 11. Okay. So if you want to include 11, that means in that place you have to include a character B or alphabetical letter B. And to make this as a hexadecimal integer constant, you have to precede it with the 0x. As I told, x can be either small or a capital letter. So this is about a hexadecimal integer constant. Okay. So next type is another type of a integer constant in a numeric constant is real constants. And this real constant is also called as a floating point constant. So what do you mean by real constant? Real constant antandre enri? So when why we need to use these real constants? See, there we already have an integer constants. Then what is the necessary of including a real constant in a programming language? See, there may be situations to calculate the two height or a temperature or any other quantities or a scientific quantities. So it may have some fractional part. But in the integer, as I told, in the integer constant, we can't specify the fractional part because it must contain only a sequence of digits. But in case, if a number is having a fractional part, that can be represented by using a real constant. So real constants are the quantities which are represented by the numbers containing a fractional parts. Real constant means what? So these are the quantities or numbers containing the fractional parts. This is called as a real constants. Our numbers again anta heltive antandra real constant anta heltive. Or it may also called as a floating point constants. And these numbers are shown in a decimal notation. ಇವನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ decimal notation ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ show ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. See, this is the definitions for real constants or a floating point constants. So these are consisting of a sequence of digits with a fractional part or a decimal point. This is called as a real constant or a floating point. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾವ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಾಟ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, let us see the example for a real constant. See, these are again these are a example for a real constant. Again, see here, the real constant numbers or a floating point numbers may be a positive or negative. You can include the sign. Either it may be a positive or a negative. Signed or unsigned adru agirbodu. Okay. And see, these real constants can also be expressed in a exponential form. Exponential form is also known as what? Scientific notation. ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ scientific notations ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. This scientific notation or exponential form is called as a Mantis form. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ Mantis form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. See, let us see the example for scientific notation or exponential notation. See, this 223.569, this can be written as 2.35569 T2. This is called as a exponential form. This is called as a mantissa and this is called as a exponent form. So this E is called as a exponent. So 10 to the power of 2. E2 represents what? This E2 represents 10 to the power of a specific n value. Let us see the one by one. See here, E2 means the multiply of 10, that is 10 to the power of something. If there is a 2, that is 10 to the power of 2. If there is a 4, that means 10 to the power of 4. Okay. So this exponent form is having a general form of exponent form is mantissa, E and exponent. This whole part is called as a mantissa and this is a E and this is called as exponent, power anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ exponent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So let us see one by one. So what do you mean by mantissa? The number or a real number expressed in a decimal notation. Decimal notation ಒಳಗೆ represent ಮಾಡಿರೋದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ mantissa ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And exponent form means integer with an optional plus or minus sign. See here, there may be a plus. Here we can also include a plus sign or a minus sign with the E. So with a symbol E. So again this E may be a capital or a smaller case. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ capital letter ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ smaller case ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So these are the example for real mantissa form or exponential form. So 0.54 E2 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? This is a 10 to the power 4, 10 to the power 2. E minus 4 means 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. So this is the advantage of using the exponent form is to specify the scientific value or approximate value na specify ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we can use a exponential form. Okay. And one more thing you have to notice here, in the constant, in the real constants, a number may not have a digits before the decimal point. This is also valid number. See here, if it is not having the numbers as a 2, 3, 5 before the decimal point, that is also a valid number in a Java programming language. There is no need to specify a 0 or anything. If it is just like a dot 569, this is also a valid number. Again see here, the floating point constants is consisting of 4 parts, means that is comprised of 4 parts. Those 4 parts are a whole number, the number which comes before a decimal point, that is called as a whole number. After whole number, what we need to specify, we need to specify a 1 decimal point. After that we can specify a fractional part, and next we can specify an exponent. If you want to specify it in a scientific notation, you can also use a exponent form. So these are the main important 4 comprises of real number or real constant, consisting of real constant. Okay. So let us discuss next one, that is single character constant. What do you mean by character? We already learned all these concepts in a C programming language. These are very basic concepts, basic programming language, basic concepts of programming language. We already learned all these concepts in a C programming language. Just you have to remember and revise every concept. Okay. So what do you mean by what do you mean by single character constant or a character constant? It is also called as what? This is also called as a character constant, or you can also call it as a single character constant. What do you mean by single character constant? So comment your answer. So single character means the character which is enclosed between the single quotation is called as a character constant. The character which is enclosed between the single quotation is called as a character constant. What do you mean by string constant? String constant means if a sequence of characters enclosed in between the double quotation, it is called as a string constant. Okay. It may ask for 2 marks. Define character constant and string constant. String constant means the character which is enclosed between the single quotation is called as a single character constant. If a sequence of characters enclosed between the double quotation is called as a string constant. Let us see the definition of single character constant. See, this is a single character definition for single character constant. Let us see the example. See, a 5 is enclosed in between the single quotation, pair of single quotation, that is called as a, now this is called as a character, and this 5 is different from number 5. Now this is considered as a character. If we specified, if we wrote 5 without a single quotation, that is considered as a digit or a number. There is a lot of difference between a 5 which is placed between the pair of single quotation and which is not placed within a pair of a single quotation. Okay. So these are an example for character constant or a single character constant. And next one is string constant. As I already told, what do you mean by string constant? The sequence of characters which are enclosed in between the pair of double quotations are called as string constant. And see, this is the definition for string constant. And one more thing you have to note here, this sequence of characters may be a alphabetical letter or a special characters or a digits or a blank space, anything it may be, which is placed within a double quotation is called as a string constant. If it is placed within if a character, it may be a digit, it may be alphabetical letter, or it may be a blank space. If it is placed between the pair of a single quotation, that is called as a character constant. Okay, how to remember this. And let us see the example for string constant. See, these are the example for string constant. See here, in the first example, we specified hello Java. And see here, we included the space. This is also considered as a character. This whole is called as a string constant. And here, in the next example, we specified sequence of digits within the double quotation. This is also called as a string. Here we used special characters which is enclosed in between a double quotation. Now this is considered as a string. See here, we used number and a special character. This is also a string. This is also, if you specified only single character within the double quotation, in that case this is considered as a string. Okay, you can specify more example for a string constant. Okay, clear about a string constant or a numeric constant and character constant and about a constant. One more special type of constant are there in a Java programming language, or these are also available in a C programming language also. C, the Java supports some special backslash character constants. So these are called as a backslash character constants. Where we used these backslash character constants, we used these backslash character constants in the output methods. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ರೀ backslash character constant ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು? The simple example for backslash constant is a slash n. We used slash n. Slash n is used for what purpose? We used slash n for new line character. New line character again use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ slash ನ use ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. And we also used slash t. Slash t is used for what purpose? For a tab space sequence of 4 empty space ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? backslash t ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. So let us see the backslash definition for backslash constant. This is the definition for backslash constant. And let us see the table of backslash constant. First one is a backspace. If you want to move a cursor to the 1 digits backward, in that case use slash b. For form feed we can use slash f. For new line characters, to move a cursor to the new line, for that purpose you can use a slash n in a output method. For the carriage return you can use slash r, and for horizontal tab you can use slash t. For single quotation you can use slash single quotation, and for double quotation you can use backslash double quotation. So these are the examples for backslash character constant. Okay, clear? So in examination they may ask define backslash character constant and list the examples for backslash constants with the example. In that case you have to define a backslash character constant, have to list all the backslash character constants which are available in a Java programming language. After that write a one simple Java programming which where we used backslash constants in a output method. Output method is nothing but a println. Okay, and let us discuss next one, variables. Okay, what do you mean by variables? Variable means opposite of constant. Constant means the quantity, the value of a quantity which does not change throughout the execution of the program is called as a constant, and the quantity which may change during the execution of the program, that is called as a variable. Okay, and as we already know, when we declare the variables, this holds some amount of memory in computers. So computer memory ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, amount of memory ನ hold ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. And this amount of memory is dependent on the data type of the variable. ಅದು ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ dependent ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ data type ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, this is dependent on the data type of the variable. And before using the variables we need to declare those variables in the declaration section in a C programming language. But in the Java programming language, as and when we require the variables, we can declare the variables. There is no any particular space for the declaration of the variables. When we are using that variable, at that time only we can declare the variable, but the scope of the variable restricted to that location only. Okay, and we can assign the value. So when we declare the variable, at that time only we can assign the values, and these value may change later. Assign ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತ variable value ಏನಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, we can change it. See one diagram here. I want to use see here one example. Here I want to declare the variables as a width, height. Okay, and these are called as a variable of type integer. Again we can also perform some operations on this variable, and this must converts the value of a compatible type. ಏನಾದರೂ operation perform ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, so perform ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, value may convert it to another type of another data type. So that the conversion of data type must be a compatible. Okay, see here width is declared as an integer type, height is declared as a integer type, and here only I am assigning the value as 3 and height value as a 4, and this holds the specific amount of a memory in a memory location. 3 is stored here and 12 is stored here. See here, and this height value 4 is stored here. So width, height. This amount of memory location is allocated to width, and this amount of memory is allocated for the variable height, and calculated the value, that is area. Area is again a one variable. As width and height value changes, again the value of area is also changes. Okay. And 4 is stored here. See, this value is, if you want to change the value of a width as a 6, in place of 3, 6 is stored, and if you change the height value, again in place of 4, the next new value will be stored, and new calculated value will be stored in a area or a memory which is allocated for the variable area. Okay. In Java programming language, 4 bytes of memory is allocated for the integer variables, but in C programming language, 2 bytes of memory is allocated for the integer type of a variable. So this is the one more difference again between the integer type of variables between a C and Java programming language. Let us see. So what are the rules we need to know? We need to use while giving names to our variables. So the all identifier rules must follow during giving a name to our variables. So the valid variable's name must follow all the identifier rules, and these rules must also include for a methods and the class name. Okay. So always the variable name must starts with the alphabetical letters, that is capital letter from A to Z or a small letter from A to Z, and it must not begin with any special characters or any number, and there must not be any special characters. You can use underscores. Except these special characters, we must not use any other special characters. Again, one more thing here, you must not use any two successive underscores. Allen use ಮಾಡಬಾರದು, two successive underscore na variable name ಒಳಗ use ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. See here. So after that it may followed by a 0 or a letters or a dollar sign or any other dollar sign, and it may contain the digits from 0 to 9. As we know, Java is a case sensitive programming language. Both uppercase and lowercase are treated as a difference. See here this example. This total is not equal to this total, and this total is not equal to this total. All these three variables names are treated as considered as different variables. That's what we used as a variables names. We must be aware of these rules while specifying the names for variables. So let us see what are the good variables name. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು variables name ಅನ್ನು provide ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So choosing a good names, it must not valid variables names or a good variables names. See some guidelines: do not use dollar na use ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ. Avoid the capital letters or avoid the names that are identical other than the differences, like total, total, total. See the case difference here. This is having all letters are in the lower case, but here T is leading with a capital T. All letters are in a capital. So we should avoid using these types of a variables name in a single programs. Okay. So see here, we must use a meaningful name. So variables ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು meaningful ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ನೇಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, and avoid the excessive length. So it provides any length. We can use any length of as a variable name, but in this case we must not use a very short name as a variable name and very too long name as a variable name. So current item, I want to use a current item name as a variable name. In this case, it must not be specified as CR item because it is not a one meaningful name. And see here, the current item being processed. So, but it is a too long. So it must not be. We must not use like this. Okay, We must avoid using such type of a variables name in our programming language. Okay. So in Java, we can use a camel case capitalization style. See here what do you mean by camel case capitalization. So as we know, variable name and method name starts with a lowercase. But if you want to include a one more word, in that case, that word must begin with a leading capital letter. So this is called as a camel case capitalization. So we can use like this in a Java programming language. But in a class name, while you are specifying a class name must begin with a capital letter, and to join a two or more words, a next word leading letter must be capital. So we can provide a variable name like this. These are called as a good name or a good variable name. What are valid or invalid identifiers? See here. So these are a valid identifiers. Okay, but these are not a valid identifier. Why? Because 30 is a number, it is not starting with a digits because it is starting with a digits. Again, this is also starting with the digits. Here we used ampersand, here we used private is a reserved word. This reserved word must not be identifier. And see this, here we used hyphen sign. We must not use any other special characters except underscore language for specifying the variables. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. And in the next class, we will discuss about data types of a Java programming language or data types which are available in a Java programming language.